And now we're joined by SWAC Newcomer of the Year, SWAC Tournament MVP, all everything for Texas Southern, Mr. Michael Weathers. How you doing, Mike? And provide an opening statement.
I'm good. How are you guys? Just blessing to be here and be able to be in this position today with this group of guys. It's just something we've been looking forward to the whole season.
Okay, we'll roll right into our first question. And once again, if you got a question for Mr. Weathers, just indicate in the chat feature and we'll make sure you get through. Our first question is Chris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review.
Mike, why did you decide to come to TSU?
From the day that I left Oklahoma State, I was really just searching for a new home, and not many coaches reached out to me, but that was really on my tail. Coach Chambers, and the relationship I started building with him and getting to know him over the few months that I did while I was at home was just great, and it just felt right. The relationship we were building, and so when he went down to TSU, he asked me. He said, "Do you think you want to come here?" I said, "As long as I get an opportunity and another chance to rewrite my story, I'm all for it." And Coach Jones and the whole staff just welcomed me in with new arms or open arms, and it was just like family. It just felt right to come.
Our next question is Mr. Ralph Garcia. You ready to go?
Always ready to go, Ryan. Mike, senior season, you come here to Texas Southern. Obviously, you had a lot of hopes as to what it would turn out. Being a senior in college, having all kinds of dreams and hopes. And as Coach mentioned before, you've been a leader for the basketball team. You've come in and you produced. And against Jackson State, you hit the big three-pointer to tie the game in regulation. And then you come back in overtime, hit another three-pointer. What that does with your confidence, but more importantly, what you want it to do for your basketball team going forward.
Well, I really want to thank my teammates for believing in me and just believing in me I was going to hit the shot. I really want to just give thanks all to them. Without them, there would be no me, because this is a team sport and not an eye sport, not an individual sport at all. But for us, it's really just all about my team. They give me confidence, and I try to instill confidence in them as much as I can, just to help each other out. Because when we go on the basketball court, it's an all-out war between two teams, and just to know that I have 5 guys. Well, yeah, we got 12 guys on the team, and just to know that 12 guys trust and believe in me is just an unbelievable feeling. And it's just something that I cherish forever and ever with these group of guys.
Yeah. And last question, Mike. First of all, in case anybody didn't tell you, Mike, you're in March Madness, man. Okay? So going into March Madness now, Coach says, as we were interviewing him, at the end of the day, it's another basketball game. But it's kind of hard. The coach says that. But as a basketball player and with your team, I'm just wondering about, you've been, with your boys there. You guys talking, getting ready, the excitement, first game, first 4. And of course, if you win, you got a mammoth game after that. But the emotion, how do you keep your emotions in check as a leader? How do you help your team keep their emotions in check so you can get the job done tomorrow?
Well, we know coming into this game that the job's not finished. So there's no celebrating. There's no looking to the next opponent. We have to focus on the opponent that's in front of us. And for us to do that and just stay locked in and stay focused on the opponent in front of us, I think it'll be a huge thing for us. We've been doing a great job of being locked in these last few days and staying focused on what we need to do and everything like that. But for us, it's just staying level-headed, staying humble, because this is all a blessing just to be here, just to be in front of these group of guys, in front of around 68 teams that are special to be. Well, have taken. Well, let me get my words right. They have taken the right steps to get here. And I think we're one of those teams that's taking the right steps, and we're going to continue taking the right steps to prolong our season.
All right, well, good luck, Mike. And it's okay if you're losing your words during the interview. Just don't lose your game tomorrow. That's all.
Yes, sir. I got you.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you so much.
Our next question is from Carter Hill of the fifth quarter.
Hey, Mike. Congratulations first off on making it this far. I'm just kind of following up some previous questions. You had said it was a blessing to be there. Has it hit you yet that you were playing in the NCAA tournament? And second of all, what are your impressions of Indianapolis and how the NCAA is handling everything up?
Well, it really hasn't hit me yet. I mean, it's still kind of such a surreal thing because this is my first ever NCAA tourney, and I know some of the guys on the team before have been to an NCAA tourney, but this is kind of like a shocking to me. I've never been here before. It was kind of like when I was in high school. My high school team has never been to a state championship in 63 years, and we won that. So I think there's a lot of magic that can happen in March, and I think we're one of the teams that can pull off some magic and pull off some and bust some brackets. But with the NCAA and how they're handling everything, I think it's just amazing how they're doing it. How just they're working around the clock just to keep everybody safe and away from each other and keeping the distance and everything. I just think the NCAA is doing an unbelievable job with how they're doing everything.
Thank you. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Our next question is Mark Berman from Fox 26 in Houston. Well, while he fixes his mic, we'll go to our next question, Mr. Howard Frindrich from the Associated Press.
Hi, Michael. Thanks for doing this. You were talking just a second ago about the busting brackets and the magic of March and all of that. And just wondering if you have memories, specific memories of growing up and watching the NCAA tournament, specifically maybe the one shining moment video that they play at the end of the championship game. Is that something you remember watching or more recently looking at?
Well, one of the memories that I have about the NCAA tournament when I was growing up was Norfolk State versus Missouri, and was Coach Frank Haith was the coach of Missouri then, and then they had Phil Pressey, and then on Norfolk State they had Kyle Quinn, and me and my brother were watching that game, and we rooted for Missouri the whole time because Missouri's like 2 hours from us. Columbia, Missouri is like 2 hours from us. So we were rooting for Missouri the whole time, and Norfolk State was just on a roll, and we were getting so mad and yelling at the TV that my mom had to come in and tell us to shut up. So one of those that was definitely a moment for us, and then another moment would have to be seeing Virginia or was it 2 years ago go down to a 16 seed in UMBC. That was definitely a shocking moment for us. So I believe that we can be one of those teams who can do another story like that.
Do you enjoy or do you remember ever watching or nowadays they'll pop up on Twitter or YouTube that video montage they play after the final with the One Shining Moment song and the highlights from the tournament, couple minute video that they play?
I have a memory of it, but I just don't recall it like specifically. But I do know what you're talking about.
Too far back.
Just a little bit.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, we have time for a question or two from for media members to Mr. Weathers, I still allow Mark Berman. If he's ready, you can chime in right now, Mark. Well, what we'll move on. While Mark still gets through his audio, we'll go to Mr. Dan Rodriguez.
Hey, Michael. I just wanted to ask. I asked Coach the same question. After the conference tournament, what was your reaction to making the big dance, going to March Madness after going through all the adversity in a COVID season, and especially in the year that everyone's going to remember?
For us, I think this was an up and down. Well, this was a roller coaster season for us. I would have to say we got hit with a lot of adversity, like you said, with us getting hit with a COVID pause in the middle of the last part of our non-conference, and then the beginning of our conference season. It's just been an up and down, but I think for our guys, we've maintained a level of focus that we needed to do, maintain a level of focus that we needed to finish the job, which was to get to the SWAC tournament and to win the SWAC championship. This is just a great group of guys to be around, and if you feel like how I feel around these guys, you would never want to. But these guys, I mean, they're just like my brothers. There's just something special about them, and just being around them and being able to play with them is truly a blessing. We guys got so much more to do that, we're not ready to go home yet. We're ready to keep rolling and continue our season.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Our next question will be another question from Mr. Howard Frendrich from the Associated Press.
Thanks. I just want to ask, with the unusual circumstances and extra time in the hotel room and less freedom to move around, if there's anything unusual you've been doing to pass the time or avoid going stir crazy while stuck in the hotel.
For me, I'm not gonna lie, the hotel beds are pretty nice. So when I lay down, like I'll get on my phone, I'll look at YouTube for a little bit, but then after that, like 20 minutes, I'm passed out right in the bed. So I really just pass the time by kind of sleeping just a little bit.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
And if Mark Berman, if he's not available, we can close it out. And because I know Mr. Weathers has a lot of other commitments today, but we appreciate everybody for joining us. And want to do any one-on-ones with any person associated with TSU, just reach out to me via email. It's Ryan, RYAN .McGinty, MCGINTY @tsu.edu, and we'll make sure it happens. Once again, thank y'all, and we play at 5:10 Eastern time tomorrow, 4:10 Central, and so you can check us out on truTV, or if you need any other more links, just go to tsusports.com and it'll tell you where you can listen to it and track the game via live stats. So we appreciate Coach Jones and Michael Weathers' time, and good luck, everybody, and we'll look forward to seeing you on Friday.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
No problem, man. Good luck tomorrow. You guys got this.
Thank you so much.